All right, so there is a couple more chairs available if you guys want to come sit. If not, you can stay back there. All right, so this is the second to last talk of the day. And without further ado, Rafi Sahakian.
Hi, everybody. My name is Rafi Sahakian. I'm a GIS analyst here with the Department of Public Works for the county. And I'm going to be talking about our community profiles. Before we start, I just want to give you guys a roadmap of what I'm going to talk about during this presentation. I'm going to talk about why did we create these profiles, what exactly these profiles are, and how we built these profiles. So, why did we create these profiles? So, as a public works agency, it's important to know the communities that we serve. With over 100 unincorporated communities and 88 incorporated cities, it's impossible to know for one person, such as our director or other staff, exactly what goes on in all of the communities that we serve. So these profiles provide instant information on the communities, and it also helps with community engagement. And our department puts a lot of emphasis on equity in infrastructure. This is one of our core values in helping us to achieve our vision, which is to become the most trusted public agency in the region. So what are the Public Works community profiles? So the Public Works community profiles are a core set of information and data points that we have identified at Public Works and are displayed in these custom-built infographics. So what you're looking at here is the community profile for the Athens Westmont community. These demographics can help us to know the basics of the various diverse communities that we serve. Knowing the size of the community, who lives there, the predominant languages spoken, average age, the median income. We also have home ownership versus rental ownership, which you see right here. Just for an example, if a community has a very large senior population, we may know that we have a priority to create more sidewalks and ramps in the community to make it easier for the seniors to get around. And one thing about these profiles, we really wanted to avoid complex dashboards. These profiles are very simplistic and easy to quickly read and comprehend. So our director and other staff on the way to a community meeting or community engagement can look at these profiles and quickly have talking points and data points about each community. This was phase one of our profiles, and as you noticed, many of these panels, the data that we show is more related on demographics. So moving into phase two of the profiles, we have the key indicators. The key indicators are data points that speak to the things that we here at Public Works are really focused on. As we mentioned before, we have a very large emphasis on equity and infrastructure. And some communities are more marginalized or underinvested, and so we really want to make sure that we're able to build more equitable infrastructure. For example, tree equity score on the left. Tree equity score measures how well the benefits of trees are reaching communities living in low incomes, communities of color, and others disproportionately impacted by extreme heat and other hazards. This is the second page of our community profiles for the key indicators, and you could see we have information such as the climate vulnerability assessment, traffic collisions, homelessness, as well as the digital divide. So moving in to phase three of our profiles, which these are still in the works, this is Public Works at Work. So Public Works at Work, you can see here, indicate the direct impact that Public Works has on its communities and our constituents. And we're able to get this information to acquire grants that can help us build more equitable infrastructure. As you see here, we have our core service areas, water, municipalities, environmental, and transportation. And on page 2 of our Public Works at Work profile, we have information such as, oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I skipped past page one, I'm sorry. This is page one of our profiles. It shows all of our projects that we've completed, metrics on those, requests and incidents, and sorry, this was the second page. So here at Public Works and with these profiles, we really want to focus on data-driven engagement. So we know that understanding the data is critical for meaningful outreach to our communities, and without this data, it would be impossible to know what is going on in the communities. And so we can use this data to focus on specific issues within communities, such as the profiles I mentioned for the Athens-Westmont area. We can also use these profiles for larger geographies, such as supervisorial districts or the entire county, and this really assists our Board of Supervisors to understand and address issues in each of their districts. So how did we create these profiles? We leveraged ArcGIS Business Analyst Online to build out these infographics, and we're able to take advantage of thousands of Esri variable as well as custom data, as I mentioned before. So as you may have seen in the infographics, we had data that came straight from Esri, and we also had custom data that we analyzed and built out for these infographics. One specific example is the traffic collisions you see here. So we acquired this traffic collisions data from TIMS, which is the Transportation Injury Mapping System. So we were able to analyze this data and aggregate it to make it understandable and comprehensible for each of the geographies that we wanted. So as I mentioned, we had over 15,000 Esri variables to choose from, and we really focused on what was important, what we want to focus on, and what we think our communities would appreciate. So with that being said, what is the impact of these profiles? So the Public Works Director and other staff are really able to look at these profiles for quick figures and information about our communities. They're filled with predominant language such as income, housing, health, and employment, and they're used as a very quick and simple reference during community meetings. And we're also able to provide citizens and stakeholders with an opportunity to learn more about their communities. We have over 200 profiles for the unincorporated communities and the incorporated cities, as well as for the entire county of LA, the unincorporated areas of LA, and all 5 supervisorial districts. So along with geographies such as communities or cities, we also have profiles for custom geographies such as waterworks districts. So waterworks districts are profiles that we have created for our waterworks districts, and we have 5 of them. And as you can see in the map, the geography for Waterworks Districts 40 is very complex. It is not just one polygon. This stretches across multiple areas in the North County, and so this is an example of how we're really able to cater the variables for the geographies that we want to focus on. And here we have the second page of the Waterworks District. So let's talk about access for these profiles. So if you want to access these profiles on our Public Works homepage, you're just going to go to the top About Us and go to the quick links, and you see the community profiles. Once you click on this link, you are sent to our Public Works landing page. So this page, if you scroll a little bit down, has all of the links for our unincorporated community profiles, as well as all of the incorporated cities if you just scroll a little bit down. And I'm proud to say that the publishment of our key indicators has been completed, and you will be able to find copies at our Public Works booth on the left in the main tent. And also in the beginning of December, we will have all of the up-to-date infographics and key indicators published for this year. And you can find that right over here on this page. So thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions for me? TIMS, yeah, TIMS was, so the data that we acquired and we built out these infographics, we really went through a lot of testing on different variables that we wanted to display in these infographics. One of the ones that we wanted to talk about was TIMS. And with TIMS, because crashes and fatalities are a thing that we really wanted to focus on here at Public Works, especially because Public Works is working for the Vision Zero initiative. It's really something that was important to us that we wanted to display in our infographics. Tim's is so the source, and to be a little more specific, I forgot to mention, we do have a data guide. In these infographics, under every single panel, we have extensive data about if you want to find more information about the data, where exactly we got the data. If you're a little bit confused about what you're looking at, you could look at how to interpret the data that we show. So we have a fully comprehensive data guide that shows all of the information for every single infographic that I displayed today. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Rafi, everyone. Oh, yeah, certificate. We have a certificate for you.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right, so we do have about 10 minutes before our next scheduled talk. Quick 10-minute break, and then we'll reconvene.